All right, so the first project here that I wanted to show you how we're able to make it convertible square footage is this basement here. And so basically the way that we did this here was to create a series of doors near the stairs that basically you're able to switch out the doorknobs and the deadbolts depending on how you want the basement to be configured. So here you can see this is the stairway that comes down into the basement from the upstairs, and then as you come down you turn this corner and then you can either go through one of these two doors. So also this is the entryway, just so you can get oriented here. You come down the walkout entry and then into the apartment here. So that's how that works out. And then this area here is pretty much set up to be always the rental area. So what you can essentially do is, by creating a series of different deadbolt patterns, you can actually change how that's actually lined up. So here I'll just highlight this door. If this one always stays locked, then the owners are able to choose how much rentable space there is. So if they also make this door always locked, then they're basically set up to always have the area, and we'll highlight this in yellow. So the owners will pretty much always have this whole area. They'll have access to the utility room and then all of the storage, the other bedroom, bathroom, and living room, and then the other utility room as well. So that's how that's set up. And so then basically if they wanted to ever change this over, they could set it up to where this door stays unlocked, and then the part that's rentable would include the utility, both utility rooms, the additional living room, bedroom, closet, bathroom, cold storage, and then the other storage rooms. And so then they would basically just need to put the other lock on this door here, and then that would be, basically so they could rent out both sides of the basement. So it would go from a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment to a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom with a lot more storage and an additional living room. So that's the first example there and what we did there. So now we'll jump over into the second example. All right, so for this second example, this is another basement finish that we were able to make a hybrid convertible square footage for different needs over time. So with this one, this is the walkout entry area where you actually come in from the outside. The stairs are not shown in this plan view here, but this is where you come in. And then, depending on how you leave these doors locked, essentially they've got a lot of options on this one. So the first one is to lock the door at the top of the stairs and have that be the division between the two areas. And so this whole basement would be rentable. So it'd be 2-bedroom, 1-bath. The cold storage and the mechanical room would be included in the rental area. So if you wanted to convert it further, you could. There's a lot of options here. So they could also put the lock on this door and on this door, and then this would still be a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and basically the area that they would be renting out would be. So here in this configuration, they still have a rentable 2-bedroom, 1-bath, but the owners get to maintain all of their storage space and access to mechanical rooms. So that's pretty nice. The last option that we have here with this particular basement is if they wanted to create a area where they had like only a 1-bedroom apartment for rent down there, or for any family or anybody to live down there separately, they could actually unlock that door and then put the lock on this door here, so that the rentable area would then be from the walkout entry door, including the laundry, kitchen, living room, bedroom, bathroom, and then excluding these areas. So basically the owners would get to have the all the storage area, mechanical, cold storage, and then all the stair area, and then as well as this other bedroom. So if they ever wanted to have like another bedroom that's not included in the rental area, that is actually a configuration that's able to happen with this basement here. So lots of options on this one. And then I want to show you one more example. So we'll jump over to our third and last example. All right, so for this third example, this is a basement finish here. This is the existing plan. And what you're looking at here is these walls are representing the existing walls, load-bearing walls that are already in the basement. So when we got the design done, we got the kitchen, living room, bedroom, the 2 bedrooms, all the stuff built in here. And then that actually shows where everything's going. So in this situation, it's not designed to have an apartment currently. That is an idea for phase 2, or like to put a walk-in in this basement later on. So basically what we were considering here is to put the door for the walkout here in this area, and then be able to partition this off here. And the way that this works is the stairs start right here upstairs, and then you make your way down the stairs over top of the washer and dryer, and then end up landing downstairs here. So basically, if you put in a wall here and then had a door swinging one way or the other, I'm just going to draw it this way for an example, then this would be a situation where you could have the upstairs people have access to the mechanical room and the storage room, and then not let that be included in the rentable area. So what would be rentable would be the kitchen, the living room, the washer and dryer, part of the hallway to get to the bathroom, and then this bedroom and the storage room, and then the second bedroom, and then back to the living room. So that's the area that they would have for the downstairs. Or the other way that you could do it is to unlock this door, or not build this wall at all if you didn't want the convertible property, or just having it just be fixed. But in this situation, we'd leave the door in there and then just unlock that door, and then put the deadbolt on the top of the stairs on this door, and then this whole area would basically be able to be the rentable area for the people downstairs. So then they would get access to the storage room and the mechanical room. So there you have it. Those are some ideas and ways that you can actually make your space convertible, hybrid, so you're not going to have to be redoing a lot of construction or remodeling, crazy amounts of work to be able to get more or less square footage for the area that's the rentable area. So if you're looking to get some help finishing your basement, or you're looking to create a basement apartment, get some plans drawn for a project that you're considering doing, basement walkout entries, additions, remodels, and basement finishes, we can totally help you do that, and we'd love to talk to you. So you can head on over to our website, danzydesignbuild.com, visit us there, and we'll reach right back out to you. So thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.